Today is talking about bullying. Now, a lot of us at one point in time in our life had to be bullied or know somebody that was bullied. And the thing about that is because um, it's not cool. No matter which way, form, fashion you try to put it, it is not cool. Now, I have kids, and we all, some of us don't, some of us do, but the ones that do, now, how would you feel if somebody was messing with your kids, pushing at your kids or picking with them every time they went to school? It would really, it would really get on your nerves, and it would really make you so upset. I know I would be. I'll be up there the next day. Well, what is going on? Why can't you two or you kids get along? What is going on? You know, and it's not cool when you have people that don't care. Now, let me tell you a story. I got a couple of stories I want to tell you. Now, when I first got out on my own, and I had my oldest daughter, and I had a friend that lived maybe five doors down. Her daughter and my daughter used to walk to school all the time. And one day, my daughter ran home. She was out of breath, and she kind of chunky, and she was running with her little book bag coming. She was trying to come and get me. But what happened was that her friend had got jumped because she wouldn't give her money, or the girl the money that she had on her. So she had jumped her. They pulled her hair out and they pushed her, and beat her up and everything. So my daughter ran home, came and got me. So I ran down the street to find out what was going on, trying to bring, get the girl off of her and everything. And I grabbed the little girl, I took her home, and my friend, it was her daughter, of course, but sorry, all this noise out here. But I told her, I said, this little girl keeps messing with them. So we found out where the little girl lived at. We walked around there. We wasn't going around at a fight or anything. We just wanted to talk to the parents about what was going on and why their daughter, was not being looked after, or what was the daughter's problem. Well, by the time we got around there, the mother was sitting on the step. She had a tattoo here, she had a tattoo here, and she was pregnant, and I didn't look at it as no nothing, but I said, well, just take it a little easy. Don't need nobody getting upset because she's pregnant. We don't need her to be upset or anything like that. And she looked like she about what, 9 months pregnant. So, but we get up there, and we tried to talk to her. She didn't want to hear nothing about what her daughter did. Oh, my daughter said your daughter did this, your daughter said that, and this and that, and she been picking with my daughter all the whole time, and I was like, that is not true. That is not true. So let me just put it like this. The whole time, it got worse and worse and escalated. Nobody fought or anything like that. She called her sister, so her sister comes around there pregnant too, same tattoos and everything, and I was like, oh Lord, here we go. But I was like, okay, I said we're not looking for any trouble. All we just want to figure out is why these kids can't get along. They walk the same way every day. They in the same school. They sometimes have the same class. So why can't they get along? You know. That's the thing. So the thing was, she was like, well, I don't feel that my daughter have to get along with anybody. Yeah, I teach my kid, if this person hits them, you better hit them back. And I said, well, okay, I understand what you're teaching your kid. We're not saying for you to teach your kid to be a punching bag or anything like that. At one point in time in their life, they are going to have to learn to defend themselves, because they're not going to always have people around them. But in the same token, if there is a problem that you have to learn to try to talk it out before it gets to this level. So By that time, the dad came home, which I love the dad because he was standing in the doorway with his girlfriend, and the whole time I was explaining to him what was it, he was like, you know what, I believe you, and the whole time he was plucking her upside her head, like, you know, you know better. And she was like, well, why are you doing it? You taking her word over our kids? She said, because I know how our daughter is. She does stuff like this all the time up and down the street. You're not out here watching her. I watch her. I see what she does. And that what they saying is true. He said, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. Leave it as is with me. So that was good. 2 weeks later, we was back up at the school. This time because she had a group of her friends tried to jump my daughter and her friend. So come to find out at the school, they said she was having this little girl was having all these kinds of problems to where she couldn't function in the classroom. She was disruptive in the class. She was causing fights, picking fights, doing things she shouldn't been doing. And basically the teacher told her, said, you know what, this is good right here. She said, you know what, we'll take it from here. You guys, because it was me, it was my husband, it was my friend down the street with her daughter, and her husband. So we all just got up and left, and because the teacher said she's actually been trying to get in contact with the parent, but the parent has been excuse me, really ignoring the letters and the phone calls. Excuse me. So let me make a long story short. The little girl got kicked out. She got expelled from school because they couldn't deal with it, and evidently the mother was condoning what the little girl was doing in the class. So my thing is to bring it back down. You don't allow your kids to bully one another. You don't know what a person is going through at home. It could be some serious problems at home. And I understand it could be problems at home on the other kid's part that's being bullied. But that's no reason for you to do that. Now, another incident I remember when I was in college. There was in my dorm we had different names for our dorms, and we stayed in Mercedes Benz. So, but in Mercedes Benz there was let's see, 4 people in one room. It was big enough, for bunk beds, the stacked up and everything, but it was to the point where this one girl across the hall, she wasn't in my room, but she was across the hall, and she tried to kill herself the night before. She went into the woods, and she tried to go further out to where she could kill herself, but somebody had followed her because there was some things that was said, and the 2 roommates that was in there with her were always picking with her, saying things they shouldn't have been saying, and and this and that, and I guess they just really tore down her self-esteem. And I heard about it, because I was dorm leader on the other side, and we had another dorm leader on the other side, but I was dorm leader on that side. I was blue dog on this side. And I found out, and I was so heated, I couldn't do anything. I bust over there. I said, look, check this out. I don't like people who try to bully other people. I said, first of all, you guys are not all that pretty. I said, because first of all, you wear weave. You don't wash your tail half the time. Okay? And on top of it, both of you nasty. She's cleaner than both of y'all. And another thing is, how dare you guys try to tear her down because you guys are feeling bad about yourselves. And my thing is, when you do stuff like that, you're doing stuff that's in your heart that you should not be doing. Period. You're acting out how you feel about yourself. So my thing is, you have to learn to be more sympathetic to somebody else's needs, more sympathetic about how somebody else feels, and if you got God in your life, you're not going to go and do stuff like that. You're not going to try to tear somebody else down because you feeling that you feel that you look good, you dress better, you got more money. That's what's wrong with the world today. Excuse me, that's what's wrong with the world today, because we always thinking that because we got more money, we have a better job, we have a better house, we have a better car, my husband looks better than your husband, or I can go get my nails, my hair, and buy me a whole new wardrobe while you still trying to wait for your section 8 or your social not what was security. I can't even pronounce it. But you know, when you get a check every month, you still waiting on that. People, when are we gonna wake up? Nobody's better than the next person. I don't care if you white, black, green, yellow, orange. We all out here trying to make a living. We all out here trying to do the right thing. I pray that we out here trying to do the right thing. But see, the thing is, people so busy, so hung up trying to keep up with the Joneses, we forget how it makes another person feel. I know how it feels to go into the store and try to buy your kids some shoes and can't. You know what I'm saying? Even though you work hard every day, okay? I know how it feels. I have broke down crying because I couldn't afford to buy my kids some shoes. And I didn't, and my shoes was looking real pretty bad itself. But I've always been the kind of person that if my kids need it, I have to put myself on the back burner, you know. But you have to look at how it makes another person feel. And if you're the person that's being picked on, my advice to you is don't allow nobody to make you feel little. You know how you feel. You know when you look in the mirror, you say, I am a beautiful person. I love that person that I'm looking at. Because if you don't love that person that you're looking at, then you can't expect somebody else to love you if you don't love yourself. And you don't allow nobody to bully you or to make you do stuff that don't make you feel comfortable, because it's going to get, if they feel that they could push you and bully you into something, they're going to keep trying and keep trying. My thing is, if they push back, because sometimes you have to push back to let people know that you're not going to take it anymore, honestly. Because see, the thing is, people want to see how far they can take you. Oh, let me see how much, how far I can push her to see if I can, get an uprise out of her to see if she'll do it. Because if she'll do it, then she's a punk. I can get anything out of her. And no. If they push, you push back. If they get in your face, get in their face back. And I know you may be scared to death inside, but you know what? Later on, you'll say, whew, okay, I did it. You know what? You found a new level of confidence in yourself. But you know what? That's all right, because the next time they push, you're a little stronger to push back. And then eventually they're going to stop and move on to someone else. And then that's when you step up and you say, you know what? Let me tell you what to do. You're going to have to push back. You'll be able to pass that same advice on to somebody else that will be useful. And then on top of it, they eventually will stop doing it. Period. They'll stop doing it. And when they stop doing it, you know, you'll say, okay, I'm glad that I passed that advice. I'm glad I stood up for myself. And then, you know what? It's a life lesson, because you know what? Regardless if you're in school or not, this is right now is a lesson for yourself to pass on, because of the fact that if you learn to stand up for yourself now, you'll always stand up for yourself later, no matter what. A person can be just as big, a person can be just as tall, um a person can be just as ignorant, and sometimes they don't even have to be muscly, you know. They can use their mind to make you feel little, but you got to be a little bit smarter, a little bit faster, a little bit sharper. Every time they come at you, you got to come back at them with something else, you know. and don't feel bad, and and then one of these days you might say something that may make them feel bad, and you know what, and then you be the bigger person and say, you know what, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have stood it to your level. But sometimes, and that's when you open the door, sometimes you come out your mouth the wrong way. Sometimes you say things you should not say, and you do things you should not do. You know? Hold on, guys. I gotta get some more coffee. Sorry. But you have to learn to step back. You have to learn to don't let nobody pressure you into anything or bully you. Now, I know one time my daughter came home, and I have my goddaughter, and she was like, this girl took your goddaughter's pants and she wore them, and she bled in them. I was like, oh my goodness. And I said, she didn't do anything. She said she walked right past her with the pants on. I said, see, y'all, no, no. Now, personally, I know how I would be. First of all, I wouldn't have brought my brand new pants to school. Second of all, when I saw her with the pants on and I was standing there talking to somebody and she walked into the bathroom, I'd be like, excuse me. And I would have went into that bathroom, locked that bathroom door. She would have walked out of there, but she wouldn't have walked out of there with my pants on. She would have had a plastic bag draped over around her, or a curtain, or a couch cushion, or whatever that was in there for her to wear. But she would have gave me my pants back. And that's what I'm talking about. People do the ignorant things instead of using their heads. Come on, people. Why can't you just leave other people alone? Don't bully nobody. It is not nice to bully anyone. I mean, God don't want you to bully anybody. He wants you to help that person. If you see somebody in desperate, a dire need of being helped, then help them. Don't point and laugh because you think it's funny. You make fun of somebody else's hurt and pain. No, because you know what? Let me tell you something. What comes around goes around. You may be on that other end of that table one day, and they may be up here. You may be down here, and you may need them to pull you up. God has a different way of dealing with people. You know what I'm saying? You may need a person, that same person that you bully, to give you a job. And it's sad because you know what? Instead of you could have been friends with that person, you now under that person. And you better pray to God that they don't treat you the same way you treated them. You know? But like I said, I'm going to wrap this up. I hope and I pray that everything that I'm saying to you guys helps you. I hope that it's inspiring you. If you know this is going to help somebody, please pass it along. Please let somebody else know that, hey, she's speaking the truth. Um, let them know that it's okay, to stand up for yourself. But pass this along, subscribe, and like I said, just pass it along, do what you need to do, and God bless. I pray that you guys have a good week, and I'm praying for you. Bye.